Let us start. May I request you to please turn on your videos, if that's possible? Yes. Thank you very much. All right. Let's start with quick prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधारा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna devotees, thank you very much for joining, and let's begin today's class. So we are doing the chapter number 9, which is also called as the most confidential knowledge. So far we have seen, what is a very important point about this chapter is, what is the benefit of listening to this chapter? If somebody understands this chapter, there is a big benefit. You know what it is?
Yes, Prabhuji, you can go back to the Godhead.
You can go back to Godhead. Yes, that's right. There's one more thing which is stated here, which is, here it is. You shall be relieved of the miseries of material existence. Of course, which means the same thing, to go back to Godhead. So how many of you would like to be relieved of miseries of material existence? Right? Yeah. Okay. So then listen to this very attentively. Okay, Krishna is going to give us some confidential knowledge. He's going to give us this. If we understand this, then we can get relief from all kinds of miseries in this material existence, right? And this is very important. This is the royal secret. This is called as the royal education, secret of the secrets. This is a king of education, right? We have different types of education, right? Vidya. And the highest, the topmost education, Krishna is saying, this is the most secret of all the secrets. King of the education. That means it's the highest education that we can get, purest of all the knowledge that we can get. This knowledge is going to purify us. And among all the religious activities, this is perfection of it. The perfection of religion is to do this, right? And one of the very interesting point about this is that it is everlasting. That's why we call it Sanatana Dharma. This is Dharma. It's perfection of religion, the best of the Dharma. And it is Sanatana. It is everlasting. And one of the beautiful points is that it is joyfully performed. So it is joyfully performed. So this is Susukham Kartum Avyayam. Okay. So how many of you would like a process which is very joyful and yet can give you the topmost benefit? So yeah, how many of you want to be very joyfully performing something which is very important, right? So here is that knowledge, right? And then we saw how faith is very important. We should have faith in Krishna. And with just that faith, we can go back to Godhead. Okay, we just have to believe in the words of Bhagavad Gita. We have to believe in the words of the spiritual master. And if we are not faithful, then we have to return back to the birth and death of the material world. And we saw how Krishna, he's pervading this entire universe, and all the living beings are within him, but yet he's not within them. So we saw the meaning of this is that he is personally present in his abode. While all the universes are emanating from him or from his partial expansions, Mahavishnu, yet at the same time, he is still present. Just because there are some universes which came out from him, he did not diminish. I told you the example of the white paper. I tore a white paper in front of you and showed you this is absolute truth. Now that because this absolute truth has got divided into different pieces, no, it's not like that. That's a wrong conception, because Krishna is not like a limited paper, right? Which can reduce. He's avyayam. Okay, he's inexhaustible. So therefore, he is Purnam. Ishopanishad saying he is Purnam, he is complete whole. So from a complete, any number of completes may come, but still his completeness will not reduce. Okay, so that's how it is. So requesting devotees to be on mute. Thank you. So he is Purnam, right? So yes, so therefore we see in that way that even though he is all pervasive, a lot of impersonalists try to say this, that Vishnu means all pervasive. He is not 400 form. No, it's not like that. Vishnu is all pervasive, there's no doubt about it. That doesn't mean that his 400 form is not there. Okay, his personal form is present as 400 form, his personal form as 200 form, as the origin, as Krishna, Adi Narayana, Krishna, Vasudeva is present always. It's Sachidananda. It doesn't diminish just because a creation has happened, one universe has got created, it doesn't diffuse. Okay, that is something that we have to understand. And here Krishna is saying in the 5th verse, yet everything that is created does not rest in me. Behold my mystic opulence, right? Although I am the maintainer of all the living entities, and although I am everywhere, I am not part of this cosmic manifestation, because myself is the very source of creation. In this we saw, I told you the example of Atlas. Atlas, there is one Greek mythology character who is lifting the earth on him. It's not like that everything is resting on him doesn't mean Krishna is taking the weight of it. That's not the meaning of it. Okay, everything is resting upon him means everything is resting upon his energy. So everything is made up of his 3 energies, right? The spiritual energy, we have the external energy, material energy, and the living entities. So the whole universe, spiritual worlds and the material worlds, are a combination of this. So everything is coming from his energies, therefore it is from him, and he is the origin. Okay, and he's not a part of this cosmic manifestation, because being a part of cosmic manifestation means material. You see, I tell you one simple thing. Okay, there are some people who are in the jail, there are some people who are outside the jail, correct? What's the difference between the people who are in the jail versus people who are outside the jail? Anybody can say?
Those who are in the jail, they are, those who are on the outside, they are, freedom.
They're free.
Freedom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're free and they're not guilty, isn't it? They
Yeah.
did not do any mistake. So they followed the rules of the government. So therefore they are outside. They're free to go and roam around as long as they're following the government. Those who are inside are those who have not followed the government, and therefore they are under some kind of a program, rehabilitation program, a punishment program. So we should not think that Krishna is a part of this punishment program, rehabilitation center. He's not a part of it. He's the owner. He's running the center. Okay. So under his supervision, this rehabilitation center or this material world or the jail or this hospital, whatever you want to call it, this material world is running under his care. And he wants us to become normal. Okay, he has put us inside this hostel. Sometimes, children, if they're very, very mischievous, parents put them into hostel. And then they're very nice with the children, but they'll go to the warden and say, be very strict with my child. Yes or no? Right?
Yes.
They say, be very strict with my child. Right? So the hostel warden, just like that, we have a jailer for this material world who is Durga, right? The Maya Shakti. So Krishna has put all the living entities under her control, and he is still aloof. So that we have to understand that. Okay. All right. And then now we are continuing from verse number 6. We'll go through some verses here, very interesting verses. This is the most confidential knowledge. And here we go, verse number 6. यथाकाश स्थितो नित्यं वायु सर्वत्र गो महान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानीत्युपधारय. Understand that this mighty wind blowing everywhere rests always in sky, always created beings rest in me. All the created beings rest in me. Anybody wants to read the shloka and the translation? One devotee, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, may I?
Yes, please.
यथा का स्थितो नित्यं वायुः सर्वत्र गो महान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मतस्थानि नित्य नित्युपधारय. Synonyms?
Yeah, please read.
Synonyms: Yatha, just as; Aksha Sthitah,
Akashasthita.
Akasha Sthitah, situated in the sky; Nityam, always; Vayu, the wind; Sarvatra Gaha, blowing everywhere; Mahan, great; Tatha, similarly; Sarvani Bhutani, all created beings; Mat Sthani, situated in me; Iti, thus; Upadharya, try to understand. Translation by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Understand that the mighty wind blowing everywhere rests always in the sky. All created beings rest in me.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So I want every one of you to do a quick exercise. Okay, we do some easy meditative exercises just for understanding the concepts better. I want everybody to just close your eyes once and just imagine how there is sky or how there is so much of vacuum, okay, all over the world, and within that there is wind inside it. Okay, there is so much of vayu. Okay, akasha sthito vayu. So we have so much of wind blowing within this akasha sky. So we have the sky and we have the wind. Okay, just imagine that for a couple of seconds. Okay, there is wind within the sky. Okay, and now open your eyes. Now tell me, is the wind within the sky or is sky within the wind? Which one is the higher concept?
The wind within the sky.
There is wind within the sky, correct? So similarly, our existence is because of Krishna, right? So Krishna is giving us an example so that we can understand this, right? So what is happening is this cosmic manifestation, this cosmic world, right? All of this cosmic manifestation is like the wind within the sky, and that sky is the spiritual sky. That spiritual sky is the light that is coming from Krishna, right? There is, Krishna who is present in his abode always, and from him there is some spiritual light that is coming out, and in that light is the entire creation. Our material world is within that light, actually, right? So in the spiritual world there is only light. There is no concept of darkness. But in our material world there is darkness. Do you realize that? We need sun in this material world, isn't it? If there were to be no sun, what would happen? Right now it's night time, right? So it's all dark outside. Why is it dark? So by default there is no light here, right? There is darkness. When Lord Brahma created the universe, he created the universe and he created darkness. Darkness is a creation of Lord Brahma. So we need light. So without light there is always darkness. So material world is darkness. But spiritual world is not like that. You don't need a separate light there. That is why, Krishna says that natad bhasayate suryo nashashanko napavakaha yad gatva na nivartante tadhamam paramam ama. That means in the spiritual world, right, there is no need of sun. You don't have to wait for the sun to rise, and there won't be any night, or there is no need for moonlight or sunlight. or there's no need for any electricity, because it is always illuminated. That is spiritual sky. So within that spiritual sky, what has happened is, there is a cloud that appeared inside that, and that cloud is made up of Maya. So that cloud has partially, to some extent, has covered the spiritual sky, and within that that is called as the material creation or the material sky. So within that, Lord Mahavishnu is residing. Lord Mahavishnu is the expansion of Lord Krishna, expansion of Lord Krishna, who is present, who is sleeping there, okay, who is Mahavishnu. And from him the creation has come. We will see in the subsequent verses that how the creation has come from. This chapter is all about the activities of Lord performing the activities of creation, maintenance, and destruction. All of these are happening under the supervision of Krishna. That's what we understand. Whether it is the Trimurtis, Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, or Lord Maheshwara, all of them are the three guna avatara. The three gunas, right? Anybody can say what they are, three gunas?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
It's basically passion, ignorance, and goodness.
Goodness, passion, and ignorance. Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. So corresponding to Sattva, we have an incarnation. Corresponding to Rajas, we have an incarnation. Corresponding to Tamas, we have an incarnation. So who is the incarnation in correspondence with the mode of goodness or Sattva? In the
Vishnu,
Trimurtis?
Lord Vishnu.
Lord Vishnu.
And mode of passion or
Lord
Rajas?
Brahma.
Brahma.
Brahma. And mode of ignorance or Tamas?
Shiva.
Who is the-
Lord Shiva.
Maheshwara.
Yes, Maheshwara. So these three incarnations are that of Krishna, Gunavataras of Krishna. And Krishna is originally, he is under his, he just thinks, if we want something to be done, right, we have to go, we have to do something, we have to do so many activities. But when God wants something to be done, he just simply thinks about it and it will happen, it will manifest. So that is God. So for example, God will simply think that, okay, there shall be creation, and the creation will come. And then God will think, okay, now the creation should get destroyed, it will get destroyed. So simply by thoughts, right, there is no difference between his mind and his hands. So he can act with his mind, right? So with his mind also he can do actions. So he is creating, maintaining everything simply by thought. That's it, right? He is thinking and everything is happening automatically. Everything is just happening, right? In fact, you will be very surprised to know that we are all in the dream of Mahavishnu. So we are all in his dream, okay? So it's not our dream, but it's a dream of Mahavishnu. So it's actually, it's not a reality, it's not a real reality. It's temporary reality, right? So for example, when you wake up from the dream, you see that wherever you were in the dream, you're not there, okay? You're somewhere else. So similarly, our lifetime, we have an identity right now, we are so and so, but after death, there is no identity. We will not remember what happened. We don't remember what happened in the past life. It's like a dream, it's over. So yeah, so we are all in the dream of the God. So right now that's what is happening, okay? So now it is out of the fear of Supreme Lord that the wind is blowing. It says, the Taittiriya Upanishad says. In Srimad Bhagavatam also it is said that it is out of the fear of the Supreme Lord that the sun is rising. It is out of the fear of the Supreme Lord that there is rain. It is out of the fear of the Supreme Lord that everything is happening as per the nature. There is gravity. There is the planets are going in certain orbits. All of this is happening because of the fear of God. All this, the sun, all the planets, Indra, demigods, everybody is very scared of God. So they are all doing it because of the fear of God. That's what the Upanishads are saying. That's what Srimad Bhagavatam is also saying. Okay? Yes. So what we have to understand from this verse is that everything is under the complete control of the Supreme Lord. So God is like in complete control. We should not think that God is out of control, right? It's not out of control. Sometimes we feel it's so chaotic here in the Kali Yuga. Everything is just out of order, right? It feels like there's no God, right? But it's not like that. God is in perfect control. So it is God's plan that's going on. So right now it has to be Kali Yuga, the religious principles will be down. All of this is the plan of God. Everything happens according to the plan of God. Let's go to the next verse. सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय प्रकृतिं यान्ति मामिकं कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि कल्पादौ विसृजाम्यहम्. O son of Kunti, at the end of the millennium, all material manifestations enter into my nature, and at the beginning of another millennium, by my potency, I create them again. It's a small purport. I would like one of the devotees to kindly read the purport.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, please go ahead, Mataji.
That's 7. Translation purport by Srila Prabhuji, Srila Prabhuji. Purport. The creation, maintenance, and annihilation of the material cosmic manifestations are completely dependent on the supreme will of the personality of Godhead. At the end of the millennium means at the death of Brahma. Brahma lives for 100 years and his one day is calculated at 430 crores of our earthly years. His night is of the same duration. His month consists of 30 such days and nights, and his year of 12 months. After 100 such years, when Brahma dies, the devastation of or annihilation takes place. This means that the energy manifested by the Supreme Lord is again wound up in himself. Then again, when there is a need to manifest the cosmic world, it is done by his will, Bahusyam. Although I am one, I shall become many. This is the Vedic aphorism. Chandogya Upanishad 6.1.
Yes, continue.
He expands himself in this material energy and the whole cosmic manifestation again takes place. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So let us do a quick visualization exercise, devotees. So here Krishna is saying at the end of the millennium means Kalpa Kshaye. Kalpa means 1 day of Lord Brahma, 1 day of Lord Brahma. All the material manifestations enter into my nature. And at the beginning of another millennium, that is Kalpadau. Kalpadau means beginning of another day of Brahma. Right? Again, everything gets created. Okay? We have a similar experience ourselves also, right? When you go to sleep, right? When you go to sleep, everything is gone. I mean, like whatever your favorite position, your TV, whatever your favorite things are there, your mobile phone, your most favorite position, right? So is that there in your dreams? When you go to sleep, is it actually existent in your dreams?
Fortunately not.
Yeah, fortunately not. But the scientists have some ideas to get into your dreams also. Yeah. So yes, so when you go to sleep, there is nothing. Okay, there's no home, there's no Bangalore, there's no India, there's nothing. Okay, there's just either a dream or even there is deep sleep. That's it, right? Similarly, Kalpa means the day of Brahma. So during the day of Brahma, we all manifest and everybody becomes very active. We all take different bodies, either in the body of a human being or a demigod or in the body of an animal, whatever body, we are always busy working something, doing something and taking repeated births and deaths. And then when the night comes, what happens is everything enters into Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. Okay, I'm talking about this. There are different kinds of pralaya. Okay, this is Kalpa. Kalpa means 1 day of Brahma. 1 day of Brahma, at the night of Brahma, what happens is all these material worlds, excluding Brahmaloka and Satyaloka, very topmost planetary systems, rest all the planets, rest all the living entities, all of them enter into Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. And they become unmanifest. It is almost like they have gone to sleep. So there is nothing then. Then there is no place, there is nothing, there is no wars, there is no fighting, nothing is happening. It's just blank at that point of time. Okay? So like that is 1 day of Brahma. At the night of Brahma, this partial annihilation is happening. And there is a complete annihilation that happens when Brahma dies. So that is 100 years of Brahma. One day is 430 crore years. Imagine 100 years of Brahma like that, which is 300 trillion, 40 billion years, which is inconceivable for us. We can't even imagine that. At the end of that, even Lord Brahma will die. And the entire Brahmanda, the entire universe will enter not into Garbhodakashayi Vishnu this time, but it will enter into Mahavishnu. Okay, so I want you, all of you, to visualize this. Okay, first of all, visualize, please close your eyes and visualize a big bubble. Okay, visualize a big bubble or like a big egg. It's Brahmanda, the universe, okay, which is looking like an eggshell. Visualize that. And within that eggshell, just visualize that there is some water within it. Half of it is filled with water. Half of it is filled with water. And we have Garbhodakashayi Vishnu sleeping on it, on the Anantashesha, right? We have the snake bed of Lord Vishnu, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu sleeping. And when the day of Brahma finishes, all the living entities, like including all of us, we are entering into Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, including all the material planets except Brahmaloka and Satyaloka. All the material planets are all, including Swargaloka also, all of it is entering into the navel of Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. Okay, from where it actually came, that is the origin. Okay, from there actually a lotus came, from there it's going, everything. Okay, just visualize it for just a couple of seconds, how it is, how everything at the night of Brahma is entering into Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. And now you will visualize there is one bubble. Now it's like one day of Brahma is over, but 100 years of Brahma is over. Now all these bubbles are entering into another personality. You can imagine if all of this, each of this universe is a small bubble. Imagine that this whole universe became a small bubble, small. All of it is entering into another big personality, that is Mahavishnu at the end of 100 years. So all of it is entering into Mahavishnu. So that is the end of day of Brahma. That is a lifetime of Brahma. And then again, everything is just coming out by his will. Different universes are coming. And each universe, again, Lord Brahma is getting born. And we are all getting born. Okay, so you can open your eyes now. So are you all able to visualize? Did you see something? Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji,
Yes,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, I got a doubt here.
Yes, please.
That means Garbhodakashayi Vishnu also goes into Karnadakashayi Vishnu, no?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, Prabhuji.
They are called Purusha avatars, okay? Mahavishnu and Garbhodakashayi Vishnu and Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, they are incarnations for the universe, for all the universes, creation, maintenance and destruction. So that is the purpose of Purusha avatara. The purpose is, this incarnation of Krishna is meant for the creation, maintenance and destruction pastime. Right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Right? One interesting thing is, how you do anything is how you do everything. Isn't it? How you do anything is how you do everything. Correct? We can see how perfectly Mahavishnu is conducting the universe. The Purusha avatars, in coordination with each other, how from Mahavishnu the universes are coming out, and how from Garbhodakashayi Vishnu all the 14 planetary systems are coming out, and how they are winding up back, in a perfect discipline, right? That is happening.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, yes.
Prabhuji, you mentioned earlier that after one kalp day of Brahma,
One day of
there's
Brahma.
a annihilation or pralay.
Yes.
It's a shorter version, perhaps.
It's a partial annihilation. It's not a complete annihilation. Means the universe doesn't get destroyed.
Yeah, but all the Swargaloka and
Yes.
Indraloka, they
Yes.
all, which means the life of Indra is only
Yes.
for one day of Brahma.
It's even less than that.
Even less.
It is only up to one Manvantara.
Okay, Prabhuji.
There's
So which
71.
means
There's 71.
Chaturyugi.
There's 71 Chaturyugas. There are 14 Manvantras in
Yes,
one
Prabhuji.
day of Brahma. 14 Manvantras. So that is 71 Chaturyugas is the lifetime of Indra. That's it. We call him Amara. Amara means what? Immortal. I mean, for
Immortal.
us, he is immortal, but he is a mortal.
Okay.
I mean, in our time scale, it appears to be immortal because he's immortal. He's living for so many years, 71 Chaturyugas. But in the lifetime of Brahma, in the lifetime, if you compare it with Mahavishnu, actually is very much immortal.
So,
Okay.
Prabhuji, sun and moon, they stay?
Sun and moon, they stay, yes.
So, sun god and moon god, they stay.
No, gods, not sure. Gods will not be there. There's no, generally gods, they may be going to Brahmaloka, probably, I'm guessing. Okay. Sun may be going to the Brahmaloka because the Brahmaloka is not annihilated at that point of time.
Sure, Prabhuji.
And actually, the day of Brahma, when the day of Brahma starts, right, at that time only the Lord Brahma will start creation again. It's just like almost just imagine, every day, a businessman, puts the shutter down, closes everything, right, switches off all the lights. Next day morning, businessman will go, and what he will do, he will open his locks and he will open the shutters, then he'll switch off the lights, and he will do some puja, then he'll make everything ready, he'll keep things ready and ready to do business. Like that, okay, Lord Brahma is, every day he has to set up the shop again, okay, after the night. Okay, any other doubts? Okay, so let's go to the next one, devotees. So this is the most confidential knowledge. Prakritin swam avastabhya visrujami punah punah bhutagramam imam kritsnam avasham prakritir vasat. The whole cosmic order is under me. Under my will, it is automatically manifested again and again, and under my will, it is annihilated at the end. Okay, so we have a purport. Anybody wants to read the shloka verse? Prakriti Swam Avastabhya. Verse, synonyms and translation. Anybody can read?
May I, Prabhuji?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna. Prakriti swamavashtabhya vishrajami puna puna bhutagramamimam kritsnam avasam prakritir vasat. Do I need read the
Synonyms
synonym?
also. Yeah, please, synonyms.
Prakritim, the material nature, swam, of my personal self, avashtabhya, entering into, visrajami, I create, punah punah, again and again, bhuta gramam, all the cosmic manifestation, imam, these, kritsnam, in total, avasam, automatically, prakrite, of the force of nature, vasat, under obligation. The whole cosmic order is under me. Under my will, it is automatically manifested again and again, and under my will, it is annihilated at the end. Hare Krishna,
Yeah,
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So one important thing to note from this verse is Prakritim Swam Avastabhya. It is the material nature of Krishna. Krishna is not under the control of the material nature. It is the opposite. Prakritim Swam. He's saying he's saying the material nature is my material nature. It is under his control, and he is doing Visrajami, and he is doing the creation and annihilation punah punaha, again and again. So there's repeatedly this is happening. And one important point to note here is avasham. Avasham. Vashat. Avasham means automatically. That means under obligation. I mean, what it basically means is the concept of evolution of this species of life, right, from insects to monkeys to human being, is so wrong, because there is nothing like, nobody can evolve like that. Okay, everything just appears and disappears. It is all, Krishna, from Krishna everything comes and everything goes back in time. It's avasham, automatically. There's nothing in our control here. So that's what is explained here. And let's see some more points here. At the creation, the material energy is let loose as the Mahat Tattva, into which the Lord, as his first Purusha incarnation, Mahavishnu, enters. So the process of this Purusha avatars, there are 3 Purusha avatars. Can anybody say who are the 3 Purusha avatars of Krishna? 3 Vishnus. Vishnus to 3 Nirupani. Who are they?
Kshirodakshaya Vishnu.
First, number 1 is
Karanodakya Vishnu.
Karanodakashaya Vishnu, also called as
Mahavishnu.
Mahavishnu. Next Vishnu is
Garbhodakya Vishnu.
Garbhodakshaya Vishnu.
Vishnu.
Yes, next
Kshirodakshya
is
Vishnu.
Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, who is the Paramatma. Who is Paramatma. Now what happens is, I told you that there is a cloud that comes in the spiritual sky. There is sky, and there's a cloud that has formed, temporary cloud. This temporary cloud is called Mahat Tattva. Okay, first comes Mahat Tattva, and then Lord Krishna enters into the Mahat Tattva, not even directly. His expansion enters as Mahavishnu into this cloud called as Mahat Tattva. That is Mahavishnu. He enters, and from him, that is the first Purusha incarnation, and from him he will breathe out and breathe in. Just like we breathe in and breathe out. We are doing pranayam, right? We do Rechaka, Kumbhaka, Puraka. Puraka, you breathe in, breathe out. Okay, if you want, you can try this exercise. Okay, just do it. Just breathe once in and breathe once out. Okay, breathe in and just stay and then breathe out. Just for once. Okay, breathe in once, stay and then breathe out. Now, how much time did we take for doing this exercise?
Only few seconds.
1 second, couple of seconds. But when Mahavishnu does this exercise, when he does this pranayam exercise, right? Brahma is born and Brahma dies in his one breath. That is 300 trillion 40 billion years. Now that is God, right? That is the magnitude of God. It is completely unimaginable for us. Okay, what is his breathing? What is the size of his body? What it is, we can't even imagine. And that Mahavishnu, Brahma Samhita is saying, is a portion of the portion of the portion of Krishna. That means original Supreme Personality of God, Krishna, from whom his expansion is Mahavishnu, is so big that his one breath is, our entire universe is completely annihilated, not partially annihilation. Complete annihilation happens and Lord Brahma even dies and is born again. That is Mahavishnu, and you can only imagine who is Krishna. That Krishna is coming into the material world with his same body. With the same body he is entered within, with the same body he has entered, and he is giving us this knowledge. Otherwise, tell me, who can give us this knowledge? See, somebody who has seen it only can give it, right? Is it possible that anybody can talk about something which they have not seen, right? They can only imagine or speculate. But here, Krishna is explaining about how his energies are, running the universe, running the show. So he's explaining the whole show for us, okay? How he runs this universe, creation, annihilation and destruction. So it is his pastime, okay? That is his pastime. So we know that Krishna performed so many pastimes, right? When he came here in the material world, right? He performed the pastime of killing Putana. He performed the pastime of lifting the Govardhan hill, isn't it? He performed the pastime of killing the Dhenukasura, like that, so many pastimes he has performed. So this is a different type of pastime. This pastime is creation and annihilation and maintenance pastime. We should not think that, I'm not interested in this. Because in Srimad Bhagavatam also, in the 10th canto, we will hear all of these pastimes, personal pastimes of Krishna eating mud, playing with the gopas, right, killing so many demons, and doing all these wonderful activities we can see in the 10th canto, right? But in the 5th canto, we will see the creation, annihilation and destruction, 3rd canto also. Right, different cantos we will see creation pastimes, great detail will be explained. At that point of time we should not think, I just want to hear the story, just take me to the 10th canto. We should not jump to the 10th canto directly to understand personal stories of Krishna, because first we have to understand who is Krishna. We have to understand who is he. Krishna is this personality from whom all the universes are coming out. They are being maintained and they are entering into him. That is Krishna. That is Mahavishnu, not even Krishna. So that Krishna, when he is doing any kind of pastime, when we understand in this light, oh, that supreme personality of God is here. Right? In Srimad Bhagavatam also we see so many people, like when Krishna, he was in Hastinapura, streets of Hastinapura, there were some ladies, okay, who came to the top of their buildings to see Krishna when he entered into Hastinapur. And they started praising him in nice songs. That they start saying, this is the supreme personality of Godhead, from whom all the universes come, unto whom, everything returns into it. Here is the Supreme Lord. And Krishna was very pleased by their prayers. Simple prayers they did. They didn't give any Vedic mantras or anything. He was so satisfied with those ladies, singing this simple prayer, that here is Krishna, from whom all the universes come and enter into him. So when Krishna is performing some pastime, we have to look at it in this light, that he is the supreme. I mean, there's nothing that he has got here to get, right? Everything belongs to him. He is the seed of the creation. He's the root of the creation. He's all pervasive. And that Supreme Lord has come as a small toddler and he is playing with his mother. Now imagine how great Yashoda is. And that Supreme Lord is playing kabaddi, kho and football with his friends. Just imagine how great they are. Isn't it? So this is what we have to, that is the reason why we have to understand this pastime. This is the most confidential knowledge we understand about Krishna, because a lot of times we speculate. Even the serials also, they show Krishna is a very intelligent person. And then suddenly, the character of the Krishna will start telling something, about friendship, about gratitude, about something very simple and something very mundane, right? Krishna is not talking about all of that here in Bhagavad Gita. Is he? Right? In serial, he'll say suddenly he'll start telling some niti. We should be like this with friends. We should be like. He's not Chanakya Niti, to tell all of that. There's a creation of the serial people, What is he telling in Bhagavad Gita? He's saying all the universes are coming from me. I am the Lord of everything. I am running all the show. All of this. This is what he's saying. And what happens, this creation pastime, let's understand in a very brief. I told you that Mahavishnu enters into Mahatattva, which is the cloud, material cloud. And then that is the first Purusha incarnation. And then he starts breathing, right? Breathe in, breathe out. So when he starts to breathe out, all the universes come out of him like bubbles from the skin pores. I want all of you to just look at your skin once and just try to look and locate one skin pore. Can you try once? Please look at your hand and try to locate one skin pore. Actually, we have so many skin pores, right? From which, sweat is coming. Is anybody successful? Able to see the skin pore? Not able to see anyone. But there are so many here, right? So like that, Mahavishnu's body also has skin pores. From each skin pore, one material universe emanates. So from his skin pores, material universe is fitting. You can imagine what is the size of his body. Right? So that is how universes are coming out of his skin pores. And then he is entering again. He is taking the second expansion as Garbhodakashai Vishnu and entering into each of this universe. And he is sleeping. We did the visualization exercise where he is sleeping. There is a bubble, in that half of water is full. And on the snake bed, Garbhodakashai Vishnu is sleeping. And from his lotus navel, Lord Brahma is born and he is creating all the 14 planetary systems. And Kshirodakshai Vishnu is the Paramatma. He is entering into all the living entities' hearts. He is entering into each and every atom of the universe. So like that, Krishna is present in each and every atom also. Krishna is gigantically present as Lord Mahavishnu also. So he is the biggest and he is the smallest at the same time. Vishnu Sahasranam says, right? He is the smallest. Anor Aniyan Mahato Mahiyam. Veda says. Anoranyan means it's the smallest of the small and the biggest of the big. Both of them are Krishna only. Right? So like that, Krishna, first then what happens, we saw Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is sleeping, and then from her lotus navel is coming out of his, lotus is coming out of his navel. Lord Brahma is born. And then what happens is Lord Brahma, these living entities have not yet come out. Living entities have to be impregnated into this. Living entities have to send, you have to inject them into it. Like he's the seed giving father. He's telling, I'm the seed giving father. So when he looks, right, when he looks at these universes, all the universes have come out from Mahavishnu. Just imagine. Now everybody close your eyes. I'll just tell you one visualization exercise. Okay, it's interesting. All of you close your eyes. Now imagine Mahavishnu in a sleeping posture. Okay, very gigantic body, Mahavishnu sleeping posture. And from his skin pores, innumerable universes have come out like bubbles. And they are all standing there. So many bubbles are there in front of him now. Now he opens his eyes. And he opens his eyes and he looks at the Pradhana. And he is looking at these universes. And all the living entities are entering into each of this universe through his eyes. So that is called impregnation. Right? That means with his eyes, from his eyes, all the living entities are entering into the material world. All of the universes. From his eyes, everything is coming. So that is how, from him, that's why Krishna, when he says that, Aham bija pradapita, when he says that I am the seed giving father, and the seed giving father means he is giving the seed. Right? He is the seed giving father for all of us. This is how he is the seed giving father. So all the men, animals, beasts, everything gets created simultaneously. And you must be thinking here, different type of people are entering at the creation, but how did Mahavishnu decide who should be a man, who should be a bird, who should be a beast? Right? No? How was decision made? Generally, we say that we become animals. If human beings are not spiritual, they become animals, we say, right? But then this is the creation, no? How is it that they are getting created? Why some of them are humans? Why some of them are animals? Some of them are birds? Why not everybody is a human? It is said here, because of whatever desires they had at the last annihilation. So that means in the previous annihilation of that Brahmanda, whatever they had, some people want to become birds and some people want to become animals. You may be wondering who wants to become like that. Actually, there are many, right? It's a consciousness. For example, tiger has a consciousness, cat has a consciousness, snake has a consciousness. Yes or no? The snake consciousness is enviousness. Tiger consciousness is to be very ferocious, right? Hunting propensity. So based on their desires, their propensity, they get the body. And avasham, living entities have nothing to do with this process. Based on their past life, they just continue from there. That's all. The past life they wanted it, they're becoming this now, continuing. So Krishna is actually not giving any punishment here. It is the desire. It is the inclination of the living entities. So whatever anybody desires, Paramatma will fulfill it. That's it. There are many living entities who want to be like that, and they got the body. As simple as that.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, Garbhodakya Vishnu form is part of universe, or it's part of the spiritual sky?
See, like Krishna is saying, I am not a part of the material world. He's not a part of it. We have to understand that. Even though he's present there, he's doing some activity, he's not a part of the material world. We should never think. That's what he said. I'm not a part of it. Even though all the universes are getting created, annihilated and destroyed, everything is happening through me, don't think that I am a part of the material world. He's still spiritual. He's still transcendental.
But they enter into universe, Prabhuji. So Garbhodakya Vishnu, he enters into universe, right?
He
Once
enters
the
into
universe is
universe,
created.
but it is a very contradictory statement. when we say that he enters into universe, because just remember he said everything is resting upon me. We are within him already. So there's no meaning when we say that he is entering into it again, because we are already in him.
Got it, Prabhu.
Yeah. So he just simply manifests there because we are already within him, just like the wind within the sky.
Sure, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Prabhuji.
Mataji.
See, Mahavishnu is there in the Mahatattva. Then
Yeah.
from Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu comes. So every universe has got one Garbhodakshaya Vishnu.
Correct. Every universe has got one Garbhodakshaya Vishnu.
Okay, so
But there is only
that
one Mahavishnu.
only one Mahavishnu. Then,
Correct.
okay, so that Garbhodakshaya Vishnu will create the Brahma.
Yes.
Brahma will create the universe. Then
Yes.
Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, through his glance, he will create all the living beings as
He will,
they had
he will inject all the living beings into the material
universe,
worlds.
into the
Yes.
material world.
With his eyes, with his glance.
Okay, so Mahavishnu and doesn't have any death or anything. Even Garbhodakshaya Vishnu also has no death. Like Brahma is
It
having
is
100
not
years
called
of
death.
life.
Okay. See, when he finishes that pastime, it's not called as death. Okay, it's not technically death. Whatever with respect to Vishnu or Krishna, we cannot call it death. For example, if the universe is annihilated, he will he will
Okay.
just go out
So
of it.
Garbhodakshaya Vishnu will get into Mahavishnu.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, just like our soul doesn't have death, right? Body has death.
Yes, yes.
He is the
Okay.
soul of the universe.
But Mahavishnu will not go back into Krishna. He remains in Mahatattva, or he will also go back into Krishna Loka.
This pastime eternally happens. There's no end for this pastime.
Okay,
It's continuously happening.
okay, okay, okay.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Okay. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, sorry to interrupt.
No problem, no
Why
problem.
don't you give
Tell
a
me,
graphic,
yes.
as you usually do? You know, the graphic thing that you do, you draw a diagram,
Yes.
and that will be a better way of, rather than me thinking about it for 1
Sure.
minute rather.
Yeah, definitely.
That will be a grateful.
Yes.
Sorry for
Surely, Prabhuji. No problem, no problem. I'll show that.
that will be a better explanation
Definitely.
if you give us the graphic, this one, Prabhu.
Sure, Prabhuji. So let me
Sorry.
just, no problem. Thank you for the suggestion. Let me just draw this and show it to you. And if we draw it, it becomes more clear.
Because, Hari, this ISKCON people have also got out a chart actually.
Yes, there's a chart, Goloka chart. Yeah, that's right.
Yes. I do, because I printed it down because it mentions a lot of things there, Swayam Rupa, then you come to Swayam Prakasha, from that Vaibhav Prakasha.
Yes.
From that, that's a big,
There's a lot of technical information there,
yes,
right?
yes, yeah.
Yes, I'll show this to you. I think this will be very clear. Thanks for bringing this point up. Let me share my screen. I'll show you. So this will become super clear for all of you devotees. Just see this. Okay, not this. So can you all see here? So what can you see here? Here is
Krishna.
So this is Golok Vrindavan, okay? So here, this is Golok Vrindavan, right? So the spiritual worlds, he's here, okay? He's here. Can you see that? And then there's a light that is coming out of him, right? So all of this light is the spiritual sky, right? And in the spiritual sky, there is a cloud that appears, which is like this. This is the spiritual sky is 3/4. This is 1/4 of it, okay? 25%. This spiritual sky is 3/4. Material sky is 1/4. This is the Mahat Tattva. So Krishna's expansion enters into this Mahatattva as Mahavishnu. And when Mahavishnu, he breathes in and out, so many universes will come like this. So you can see this universe here, right? So all of this is one universe here, right? So, and then what happens is he will be glancing at it. When he glances, so what happens is all the living entities will enter into the material worlds. After the annihilation, when he breathes out, when he breathes out, this is happening. When he breathes in, each of this universe will be destroyed and all the living entities will enter back into Mahavishnu. And while they enter within this material world, okay, we are in one of these smallest balls. Okay, where are we right now? Somebody can ask, okay, where are we? We are here. Okay, let's say the smallest ball. So inside that we are there. And yeah, so we are here within this here, a tiny speck. You can imagine how small we will be inside that, right? So, and we are just rotating within that material world itself from many crores of years. We are just simply rotating, and inside that is Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Krishna enters, Mahavishnu enters inside as Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Right? So,
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes. You have a question? Yeah, please ask.
Yes, Prabhuji. So, Prabhuji, when Mahavishnu glances to impregnate the universe or living beings, he glances, is it true that he glances through Lord Shiva only?
Yes, that is through Sadashiva. That is true.
Sadashiva.
His glance, his glance through which the universe is when he is glancing the universe, right?
Yes.
His glance, that glance, whatever is there, that is Sadashiva.
Thank you, Prabhu.
That is right. So that glance is Sadashiva. So it's how, things come out.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So that
Yes,
means
Master.
Mahavishnu is glancing and not Garbhodakshaya Vishnu.
No, Mahavishnu is glancing. It's not Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Correct.
Okay.
So let me show you the picture of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu now, how it looks like. So just take a look at this, devotees. Okay, now what's happening is each of this universe, you can see this balls, right? Each of these bubbles or balls or eggs, whatever you want to call them, is this. Here is this is the ball. Like this. Okay? Here is the Ananta Shesha. Can you see Ananta Shesha, right? So here is Ananta Shesha. The snake, Balram's expansion, Ananta Shesha, Adi Shesha. So upon him, there's so many universes, right? Like that. Upon his hoods. Like this. This is one of the universe. We are here in one of the universes. And inside this, what has happened is this Mahavishnu has entered into this universe as Garbhodakashaya Vishnu, and from his lotus navel, like this, came a flower. This is the Lord Brahma, right? This is Lord Brahma. This is the flower, lotus flower. From there, Lord Brahma came, and this lotus, this navel is there, this stalk is there, right? This stalk, this is all our 14 planetary systems are inside here, 14 planetary systems, okay? We are in the middle, somewhere here, okay? The 14 planetary systems are on the stalk. So that means the original creation is done by Vishnu, Garbhodakashaya Vishnu. Brahma is the secondary creator because the structure has been given. The universe has been created. The structure has, this navel has come, all the 14 planetary systems have come. Brahma only has to come and set up these divisions, 14 planetary systems. Just like, for example, if there is a house given for your position, okay, you will come and occupy and you will put all your stuff, your fridge, and you will designate this as a kitchen, you'll bring your cot, and you'll designate different things and put your things inside it. Got it, right? So like that, all the arrangement has been done already. So Brahma is just doing his part, that is to procreation. So he's enabling the system of procreation, so that all these living entities who are already within the Vishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, they will all be born as different animals or human beings, etc., in different places of the material world. And at the day when the day of Brahma is over, right? So this is one day of Brahma. Okay, we said one day of Brahma is one kalpa. So after the end of the day of Brahma kalpa, all of this except the Brahmaloka, they will all enter into Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. So at the night of Brahma, that is a kalpanta. And again during the day, in the morning, again, Lord Brahma will, he will come out of his Brahmaloka and he will set up everything. Okay, everything will be back, and all the living entities will be back, and they will all be circling. Is this okay? And here within this material world, we have Lord Brahma here, we have Lord Vishnu, that is Kshirodakashaya Vishnu is here. When we say Trimurtis, we are talking about these three Murtis. They are the Gunavatara. When we say Trimurti Vishnu, we are not talking about Garbhodakashaya Vishnu, we are not talking about Mahavishnu, or we are not talking about Vaikuntha Narayana, or we are not talking about Krishna. That is Kshirodakashaya Vishnu, who is present as a super soul. Of course, even though there's no difference as such, it's like one lamp lighting another lamp. Yeah. So that is how the entire universe is conducted. Is this clear? Anybody has any questions?
Prabhuji, kindly show Dhruva Loka, no?
Yeah. Yes, Mataji, one moment. This is one lifetime of Brahma. This is one lifetime of Brahma. So, yeah, Dhruva Loka will be somewhere on the top, in the end of the material world, like that. But within the material world only. Even though
every universe, no? In every universe.
Yeah, it's in every universe, I believe. Yes, it's in every universe. Dhruva Loka is there. And it is, even though it is within the material world, it is still considered as spiritual world. Just like how...
And one more thing, Prabhuji, Mahavishnu doesn't have Ananta Shesha to sleep on?
Yes, I think, yes. Lord will be always sleeping on Ananta Shesha only. There will be Ananta Shesha, he will be sleeping on Ananta Shesha only, here also.
Okay, the picture is not showing, that's why...
The picture is not showing. Yeah, picture is not showing, but he will be sleeping on Ananta Shesha only.
Okay, Prabhuji, thank you so much.
So Ananta Shesha will be always ready to serve him, in wherever he is there, in any Purushavatara incarnation, he is always ready to serve. Whether he is Mahavishnu or whether he is Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, or there is Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, he is always present to serve him. Right?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yes, please.
Prabhuji, at the time of Narsimha incarnation, so Ananta Shesha also came like with...
Yes, Ananta Shesha always accompanies him. We see, Narsimha incarnation, he will be having Ananta Shesha behind as his hoods.
And Varadeva as well, Prabhuji.
Yes. Every incarnation he will come, Prabhu. Definitely he will come. He is like always a Shesha, means whatever Krishna finishes activity, remaining activity he will do. He's very, very, obedient servant of Lord. And he is Supreme Lord himself, but he is a serving Supreme Lord. He is a servitor Supreme Lord. And Vishnu is a person who gets served, but both of them are Supreme Lords. Right? He is always present. Like when Lord comes as Ramchandra, he comes as Lakshmana. When he comes as Krishna, he comes as Balaram. So he will be always present to serve Lord. So one thing we have to learn from that, okay? Balaram has got a very nice lesson for all of us. From Anantasesha or Balaram, who is the first expansion of Krishna, he is always serving Krishna. The lesson that we have to learn from him, that even though he is Supreme Personality of Godhead himself, he is also Supreme Lord. But he does not even waste one single moment not serving Lord. So his message is, if Balaram, if Anantashesha, upon whom, all these universes are resting, he is not even wasting one moment in not serving the Lord. He's always serving the Lord. Then is there any living entity or demigod who is not obliged to serve the Lord? That is a question that Shastra is asking. If Anantashesha, who is the first expansion of Krishna, is continuously serving, is there anybody in the world who is an exemption for this? There's nobody. Everybody is a servant of Krishna. That's what the Shastra says. Everybody is a servant of Krishna. And to realize this is the purpose of life. This is called Sambandha Gyan. To realize this is the purpose of all the religious activities what we are doing. Can be any karmakanda activities, any samskaras. It can be vivaha samskara. It can be it can be brahmacharya, going to the school, going to the college, going to work, getting married. It can be anything, antyeshti, every samskara, everything, all the Vedic culture. Ultimately, we have to come to this point that yes, I realize who is God. I am his servant. That is my position. Let me start serving him. Right? When we come to that position, that means that we have understood the most confidential knowledge. Is that okay? Yes, Prabhu? Any other questions? Any other questions? Okay. See,
And Nityananda Prabhu.
yes, Nityananda Prabhu is
Balram.
Ram. So it's like Gaur Nitai. So when it's Gauranga, Krishna is coming as Gauranga, he's coming as Nityananda Prabhu. He's doing the service. Gauranga, Lord Gauranga is saying, go and preach. Right? And Nityananda Prabhu is going door to door, is doing home delivery of Krishna Prema. Right? Very interesting. And Nityananda Prabhu actually, he's a snake. He's very angry, Balaram, generally. Right? But when he came as Lord Nityananda, it's the opposite. He's very merciful. Right? Even when Jagai and Madai, right? So one of them just hit with a pot of wine on his head also. He's tolerating. He's still tolerating. Trunadapi suni chena tarorapi sahishtuna. Tolerate like a tree. We have to be tolerant like a tree when we are doing devotional service. So Jagai Madai, they broke a wine pot on the head of Nityananda Prabhu. He's simply tolerating. Right? He's not getting angry. He's not saying, I am Adishesha, I'll finish you now. It takes one moment for him to finish it. He's still saying, please consider again, my dear friends, please be Krishna conscious. He's telling that. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and he was ready to kill with his Sudarshan Chakra. But Nityananda Prabhu said, please don't kill. My dear Lord, you are the Namo Mahavadanyaya. Please deliver these most fallen people who are so foolish. Give them Krishna Prema. Because Nityananda Prabhu said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu forgave them and gave them Krishna Prema then and there. Right? So this is the beautiful pastimes. Okay? Yes. Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for bringing that point. Let's go to the next verse, 9.9. Nachamam tani karmani nibadnati dhananjaya udasina vadasinam asaktam teshu karmasu. O Dhananjaya, all this work cannot bind me. I am ever detached from all these material activities, seated as though neutral. There's a nice word here called udasinavat. Udasina. Udasina vat asinam. Udasina means neutral. The example given here is like a judge. A judge is sitting on the chair, neutral. Sometimes somebody is given some award, he's neutral. Somebody is given a death punishment, he's neutral. When somebody is given an award, he's not feeling jubilant about it. When somebody is being hanged, he's not jubilant or he's not feeling sad about it. He's simply a judge. He's a judge. That's it. He's a judge. Neutral judge. A judge is neutral. He doesn't have anything to do with the activities that are happening. You cannot say, this judge has hanged 500 people. This judge has hanged 100 people. This judge hanged 1,000 people, so he's a bad judge. Do you say that? Do we say that? We don't say that, no? We don't evaluate, we don't say he's a bad judge or a good judge when he gives a judgment. Judge is neutral. Similarly, when Lord, right, when Lord is doing his activities here, he is acting like that. There's nothing that binds him. So the work doesn't bind him, right? He's doing so much of work here. So we say, right, a lot of times we complain, I'm very busy, I don't have time, isn't it? But you see how much work Lord is doing, right? Even though he is actually creating the universes, maintaining the universes, giving food to each and every living entity, taking care of all of their karmas, all of them perfectly well. There will be not a single mistake in his work. He is perfect. And he is destroying also. Everything is going inside him. But yet, he is not attached. He is neutral. He is doing all of these activities neutrally, like a judge. So it is our problem. Now, if we are suffering, if we get a body, as an animal or a lower planetary system, if we go to hells also, that is not the mistake of God. He is neutrally just doing his activity. We have done, in an offensive way, we have not followed the rules of material nature. We have violated the rules of material nature, and therefore we are getting punished. And when we do the opposite, for example, instead of violating the laws of material nature, if we surrender to the Supreme Lord, if we start serving God, instead of violating, instead of neglecting his instructions, if we take these instructions, Bhagavad Gita, as life and soul, if we start following, if we say yes to Krishna, we say yes, then we will be out of this material world. No? We will be ejected out forever. And we can go back to the spiritual world here. No? We can go back to the spiritual world here. We can go here. So it's not, we should never blame God that, why is God making so many people suffer? He's not making anybody suffer. He's a judge. He's a neutral judge. It is just that people are suffering because they've forgotten God, because they've forgotten Krishna. So as long as we forget Krishna, we have to continue suffering within this material world. That's it. That is the purport of Bhagavad Gita. That's what we have to realize. As long as we continue doing this attitude of Duryodhana, then we have to keep suffering. We just have to become like Arjuna. Right? So Krishna is saying, all of this work cannot bind me. I am ever detached from all of these material activities, seated as though neutral. Right? So it is said in the Vedanta Sutras, Vaishamya Nirgrinena. He is not situated in the dualities of the material world. See, this is so much of, when you do any activity, material means it is little dirty, isn't it? It's dirty. It's not pure. Spiritual means very pure. But just because he is doing so many material activities doesn't touch him. The example is like that of the sun, okay? The sea. For example, let's say there is some sun. Here we have sun, right? Yeah. Yes, Prabhu. Praveen Prabhu, yes, please go ahead, ask a question.
Yes, Prabhuji. So, Prabhuji, whatever advancement is happening in this material world, be it like aircraft or let's say supersonic, or whatever big things happened, is there any reflection of the spiritual thing, or this is like going in different direction altogether? In a good way, I'm saying.
Yeah, see, we can always use these advancements in a positive way, because whatever is there in this material world is meant for the purpose of satisfaction of Vishnu. Be it a rocket or aeroplane or nuclear reactor or a satellite, it is meant for the pleasure of the Lord. And we have to engage in that service actually. Right? For example, music, right? Sarigama Padanisa and dance. It is not meant for we singing and dancing and in and sense gratifying. It is meant for the satisfaction of the Lord, to glorify Lord. That is the purpose. So we can positively engage all of this. There's no problem with technology. Just like how Prabhupada, he used dictaphone, and because of his using dictaphone, we have his recordings. He used the technology of printing books. We have his books now. Correct, no?
Yes, Prabhuji.
There's no problem with the technology. We just have to, see, this technology is the material energy. Material energy, we have to engage it in Krishna consciousness. Then it becomes spiritual. If we don't engage it in Krishna consciousness, then it becomes material. Right? Just like internet is there, there's so many dark things that can happen. Then there's something called dark web. I don't know if you know that. The
Yes,
internet.
Prabhuji.
So many dark things happen, dark activities happen there. And we can use internet for this also, right? We are doing satsang online. We are reading
Yeah.
Bhagavatam online. We are reading Veda base online. We are hearing Prabhupada lectures, right? We are seeing Manglarti every day. So now the same thing, this material energy of Krishna, use it in the service of Krishna. Then it becomes spiritualized, right? That's it.
No, I mean, my point
But
was, Prabhuji, whatever this advancement happening or happened, Lord is happy about it, because I know, because most of it happened in the Western world and they have no idea about Krishna, or they are not inclined towards Krishna. So it's like
yes,
positive
yes,
thing
yes.
from that perspective.
Actually, no, the thing is, in the Vedic culture also, we see so much of advancement, right? In Mahabharata, we see 100 children were born from one womb, right? There was only one fetus, out of which 100 children were born. So there's some name for that procedure, like test tube baby, like that. So like that, so many technologies have been there in the Vedic culture also. Like people used to put,
Also, 49 Maruts, Prabhuji, we just recently read it. Indra went into the womb of Diti.
yes,
So that is so nice. And he also changed the mind from they were supposed to be born as demons. He influenced the mind and they came out as with a pure mind.
pure
So
mind.
that is the capacity, Prabhuji.
Yeah, so much of technology which is there. I mean, it's a maybe different type of technology, but it is always there. I mean, we read about people flying in the airplanes, right? Putting so many different kinds of weapons on each other, which are so powerful. Ultimately, Krishna will become pleased only when we engage in his service. That is what pleases. అక్కడ పెట్టు. So Krishna will be pleased when we use this in the service of him. There is Brahmastra, there are so many different type of astras that time also. So much of technology was there, right? Pashupata Astra, Narayana Astra. All these astras, when Krishna wanted this Kurukshetra war to happen, and Krishna wanted Arjuna to fight, right? When they were used by Pandavas, then it is positive engagement because it was Krishna's desire. When it is used by Kauravas, it is personal sense gratification. It is negative negative usage of that technology or skill, right? So we must use all our skills in Krishna consciousness, right? All the technology, whatever is possible, the best things, we should use it in Krishna consciousness. That's the right way of actually the very purpose of this creation is that, because he is the enjoyer. The only enjoyer is Krishna. We are thinking we are the enjoyers, but we are not. Krishna is the only Bhoktaram, Yajnatapasam, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. He is the enjoyer, he is the creator, he is the enjoyer, he is the controller also. We are not the controller, we are not the enjoyer. So he is enjoying. So we have to do things for his pleasure. That is the purpose of this creation. Those people who understand this secret will start engaging Krishna's energy in Krishna's service. And that is how they will escape this material world and they will become completely blissful. They will escape this cycle of birth and death. That is only the secret. So it is Krishna is like neutral. He doesn't care whether this technology is coming, so many advances are coming. What he only cares about is how we are using that technology. If we have got a mobile, if we have got 5G now, are we using it for satsang? Are we using it in hearing about Krishna or hearing about some mundane things, news? Isn't it? Or some YouTube videos or Instagram reels, right? Some sense gratification, dance, some comedy, plays. What are we using our technology or mobile for? Right? That's what Krishna, that's what pleases Krishna. That's it. Okay, Prabhu? Okay.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
devotees. Okay, I think we'll stop here. So we've come to the verse number 9 today. We'll continue again coming week. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Those of you who have submitted the papers, I'm going to go through them tonight, and then tomorrow we'll have a discussion. I'll call you and I'll find out when you're free. We'll have a discussion, continuing the Krishna Sadhak discussion. Okay, Prabhus? Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you
Hare
so
Krishna.
much. Hare Krishna, devotees. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripasinubhyavcha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Anantakoti Vaishnavrundi ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.